What's up? This is Richie from the Where We Wild YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite affordable knives that I picked up on Amazon and absolutely love, man. For camping, hiking, fishing, everyday carry, I always have a blade on me one way or the other, dude. Sometimes I have multiple blades on me depending on what we're doing. So all these are dirt cheap. They've lasted. Most of them are under $20. All right, so you can beat the heck out of these things and not worry about it. Obviously, I like knives. I do have a lot more expensive ones, and I will link some pricier options in the video description for you, but these are so dirt cheap, and I love that you can just beat the heck out of them. So we're just gonna go through them real quick, one by one. I think you're gonna enjoy them as much as I do. Let's get into it, man. Woo, boy, I'm getting rocked by this sun right now, dude. I'm like blind. Jeez, I might have to throw some shades on. This might have been the wrong time of day to shoot this video. Jeez. Yeah, we're just gonna go through them one by one. I guess I'll start with the smallest blade that I got here. And it's been a while, dude, since I bought these, so I'm gonna have to look them up just to get the name right for you. This is the Kershaw Appa Folding Tactical Pocket Knife. This little guy right here. It's like 2.75-inch blade. This little guy, you gotta love it. Fires open, super, super fast. Thing is really good looking. Wow, you know what? This sun might actually work out because you can really get a look at these knives. Really light, really small. If you just want to have some sort of blade in your pocket, you don't want to have something real heavy dragging you down, or you want to throw this in your backpack or whatever, super light, man. So that way, if you need a nice little blade, you got it. You don't have to worry about dragging something big around. Really fast spring assist, fires open like all Kershaws do. This thing is just a badass little knife. Under 20 bucks, it's definitely small. But sometimes that's all you need, man. And it's just nice to have something really light on you. I carry this one with me a lot, just to have some sort of little blade on me, man, you know? Nothing huge, just fits perfect, nice and light. It's just really cool to have, man. So check that one out. That's how we're starting this off. All right, next up, sticking with Kershaw, for 22 bucks, we got the Kershaw Grinder. Sick knife. Very, very cool. $22. Has that type of shape right there, which is cool. It's almost like a Tonto, but cool handle, man. Very, very nice to grip. It's kind of like a hardened, rubbery plastic type of feel, but it's got a cool pattern on it. You can definitely get a good grip on it. Once again, like all the other Kershaws, you got the nice clip there to put in your pocket. And this thing's pretty sweet for 22 bucks. And these things are razor sharp, super fast to open. And this one's definitely beefy. This is a much stronger knife. Definitely one of my favorites. Not too heavy, but it's definitely got a little weight to it. Super, super sharp, man. All these Kershaws are. And then obviously, you know, if you know how to sharpen knives, you're gonna be making it even sharper. So that's the next one, number 2, the Kershaw Grinder. 22 bucks, man. Pretty sick knife. All right, next up on the list, this is another Kershaw, and it's gonna be the most expensive one on the list, and it's still considered budget for a Kershaw, but it is the Kershaw Clash, and this one is $41. Very, very cool knife. Very similar to that Grinder, actually. It just has a little bit more slippery of a handle, and it definitely just fires right open as all the Kershaws do. This one's a little more expensive, $41. This one is, yeah, it's a little lighter than the Grinder. Has that thicker pocket clip compared to the Grinder, which has like the thinner one. This is probably gonna be one of the most expensive ones on the list. I will link other Kershaw knives in the video description for you that are a little pricier, but that are some of my favorites if you do want to spend up. But this thing is pretty sick for 40 bucks, dude. Not mad at it at all. The Clash, the Kershaw Clash, and all these they're just razor sharp. They all open up lightning fast. You really got to be careful with them. They all get a good lock up so you can trust them. I mean, that's a really big deal to me, man. It's like when you open that up, you got to really make sure that blade is locked into place. And some of these cheaper knives, you got to watch out, you know, like you'll fire it open and it won't be completely locked and you can hurt yourself. So you always want to make sure, obviously, you know, if you're into knives, you know as well as I do, that you really want to make sure that that blade locks into place. And it's the first thing I do, man, when I buy a knife, and even when I open a knife that I haven't used for a while, that's the first thing I check, man. I open it up and I just put a little pressure on it, going to close it and make sure that lock is nice and secure, because that's huge. But yep, Kershaw Clash, pretty cool looking knife, 40 bucks, not a bad deal. All right, what do we got here? Next up, this is one of my favorite knives, and it is probably one of, if not the cheapest on this entire list. All right, it is just a TAC-4 spring assist knife. That's all they call it. I have two of them because they're awesome. I got it in camo and I got it in black. They're 9 or 10 bucks and they fire open super fast. They have a nice lockup, very safe to use, and they're light. For the size of this thing, super, super light. Same with the camo. They're basically the exact same weight. They fire right open. You will see this knife a lot in a lot of our videos, whether we're cooking with it or doing whatever. I have this one on me a lot when we're camping, and I have anyway in the past. But these are great, man. For $10, dude, you cannot beat that. They got the clip, the pocket clip, obviously. They got a couple different colors, different camo patterns. You can fire these things around, throw them in your bag, use them at the campsite, on a hike, fishing. You don't have to worry about them, but these have lasted a really long time. I got these years ago, and they're still in absolute great shape. I love how they just fire right open like it's nothing. Both of them really strong, really nice, fast, strong spring assist. I love that. Really cool knives. Very cool. I am such a fan of these. Check them out. I think you're really gonna like them. Next up, we got another one from TAC-Force. This one is, I think, $10, man. 10 or 11 bucks. Another good deal. $11.95 currently. On sale from $14.99. And it is just the TAC-Force spring assisted tactical rescue knife. And this one's a little heavier, a little beefier feeling. And it's got the glass breaker on the end, the seatbelt cutter on there. And obviously you got your nice little pocket clip, fires open. Nice and quick like all these. Good lockup, nice and secure. No wiggle, no play in the blade. Very cool knife. This one's a little dirty, man. I must have been using this one. I gotta clean this one up. Been a while since I used this one, but this one's pretty sweet. You know, I guess they call it the more tactical because it's got the glass breaker and the seatbelt cutter and stuff. Little bit heavier than the first TAC-Force I showed you, but basically the same size knife. So if you just want that glass breaker, which I've never used, I don't know if that's gonna work, seatbelt cutter, that type of stuff. If you like that kind of tactical design, go with that one. But both of these are very good options, especially for that price. Oh, this one's cool, man. This one's actually, yeah, this one's sweet. By TAC-Force again, very cool looking knife. If you like that wooden kind of pattern handle, fires open. Just like all these TAC-Force knives do, man. They're pretty great for the price. And this is just a good looking knife. It's just a little bit heavier than that first one I showed you that I really liked. Really pretty handle. Got that nice clip on the back like they all do. If you want a wooden pattern handle like that, really cool knife. So I think that concludes it for the old TAC-Force. Here's one more actually. Yeah, it's another TAC-Force, same drill. I think they have that pattern available as well. All right, now I think we're gonna start getting to a couple bigger ones here. I guess this M-Tech is pretty sick. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. Oh man, there's one left. One left for $11.89. Maybe we'll get more of them, but this is from M-Tech. This is, I've carried this for a really long time. It's heavy, but it's a cool knife. Fires right open. It says M-Tech USA on it. It's got the holes in the handle. It's just kind of a bad looking blade, you know what I mean? Pretty cool, stainless steel. But yeah, dude, there's one left on Amazon right now of this. It might be in the gray color, but I'll link it. So if you like the look of this one's a little beefy though, just so you know. It's a little heavier, but it's a pretty cool design. And I really like that one too. It's cool. It's a very cool looking blade. I like that shape. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, you can tell, man, I beat these up a little bit. There's definitely got some marks on them and stuff like that, but for the price, you know, you can't really beat that, man. Hopefully they'll restock them, but they're really cool knives, so check that out. All right, next up on the list is another M-Tech knife. This thing is extremely popular, man. It's been around for a really long time. It is running at $12.45 currently. It's got 4.6 stars out of 7.3 thousand reviews. All right, this thing's been around for a minute. It is the M-Tech MT8845BK spring assisted knife, 5-inch. And this is what it looks like right here. This is a much bigger knife. It is heavier. The blade is bigger. It comes with a seatbelt cutter, a glass breaker, very tactical looking, and this thing is much more chunky. And because this thing has such a heavier feel and blade to it, it doesn't open as fast. So you gotta really put a little power into it to open it and make sure you hear that click. Sometimes, every once in a while with this thing, I found that it doesn't make it all the way to that click, and you know, it can be dangerous if it doesn't lock all the way. So just be careful if you're getting that. Make sure you get that click. You got to put some force into it. It's not like these Kershaws or these smaller tack forces where it just bang, just fires open. Like that one was a little weak there, but it did make it. So just be careful with this thing. But for 12 bucks, man, pretty cool knife. Much bigger blade, just a much chunkier, heavier knife than the other ones on this list so far. So if you like a bigger knife, bigger blade, that might be something you might enjoy there. M-Tech, very tactical looking, very cool blade. It's pretty sick. Very cool. Heavy, man. This thing's heavy. All right, so that's it for all the folding knives, man. We went through a lot of them, dude. Hopefully we're not 4 hours into this video. I'm trying to keep it moving here, but there's a lot to show you. I think I got 5 more left for you, and they're all fixed blades, pretty much. Yeah, they're all fixed blades. This one is from Master USA, and it is the Tactical Fixed Blade Neck Knife. Kind of cool, only 10 bucks. It's got the clip on the back of this sheath. The sheath is really secure. I like that. And you can hang it around your neck, you know, just for emergencies if you need to get a blade out really, really fast for self-defense, maybe, something like that. Or you just want to carry something really basic and light and not have to worry about beating the heck out of it for $10. This thing's pretty cool. It just fires out of this sheath really fast, but it's very secure, man. Snaps in. It's just a really, really basic blade. Really basic. It comes with some kind of little crappy cord on the back of it, and you can totally replace that. It's just kind of cool to have, man. You know, you can hang it around your neck, clip it to your belt, whatever it is. It's just kind of cool how it sits in that sheath. Really, really simple. Once it locks in there, you don't have to worry about it hanging around your neck, walking, whatever. It stays in there, man. For 10 bucks, kind of cool. I wasn't sure if I was gonna mention it because it definitely is one of the cheaper quality knives on this list. But hey man, I think it'll get the job done in certain situations. And my favorite part about it is just that sheath, how it really stays in there, really, really secure. And you just fire it out, just ready for you. You can put your finger in the middle of it for a little more leverage or whatever. You might even be able to tie this thing up to a stick and make it a spear. You can do a bunch of different things if you get creative with it. You have better paracord tied up to it, whatever it may be. For 10 bucks, you might enjoy having that thing. So I just wanted to show it to you. Next up, we got another fixed blade, and this thing is one of my favorite knives, man. This thing is a really good quality for the price. It's one of my favorites, and it's right here. It is the Smith & Wesson, what do they call it exactly? 9-inch high carbon SS fixed blade knife. Dual edge, comes in this really nice sheath. Really cool knife for 25 bucks. Smith & Wesson, I think we all know that name. Very, very good quality. And I love that it's a double edge here. You just unbutton that here, unsnap it, and you got that really nice leather sheath. And there you go. Very, very cool knife, dude. Double-sided, double blade. Very, very cool knife. This handle's super, super comfortable. You can even tie, you know, a little paracord around the bottom if you like. So for 25 bucks, Smith & Wesson, double-sided, really, really cool. And it comes with that nice leather sheath. Fits in there beautiful. And you just snap it on there. You keep it on you. It's great for hunting, fishing, whatever you want to use it for, camping. Really, really cool with that nice leather sheath and the clip and everything. Good quality there, man, for 25 bucks. That's one of my favorites for sure. Very cool knife. Very cool. All right, I got 3 more for you. We're almost to the end of this, and these next 2 are gonna be very, very familiar to you if you're into knives, and they are Mora knives. The first one is the basic, very, very cool knife, carbon steel blade. This one is just solid black, comes in this nice plastic sheath here that you can clip to your belt or shirt, whatever you gotta do. Fixed blade. These things are very, very sweet. You might wanna force a patina on it, and you just gotta be mindful that these things can rust up on you pretty quick if you don't take care of them. But the one thing that I don't like about that, and it's something to be considered for a survival situation, is once you put a patina on this thing and it turns black, you can no longer do this. All right, so just keep that in mind. So if you're in a survival situation, you can't use that black blade to signal anymore. You know what I mean? Let's see if I can show you the difference here. All right, I'm like trying to do it, and you don't really get much on that black blade. But with this, there you go. So just be mindful of that if you're trying to force a patina on it and you want it to be black and you're trying to prevent it from rusting up on you. Just be aware that you can't do that. It's actually cool that the sun is here for me to show you that. Something to consider when you're picking out a knife. If you have a black blade, you're not gonna be able to get that shine, man. You're not gonna be able to get that reflection anymore. So it's really up to you. Obviously, you hope you never end up in a survival situation, and odds are you probably won't, knock on wood. But if you do, it is something to consider whether your knife is capable of grabbing that reflection and signaling someone if need be. All right, so kind of cool. But for 12 bucks, dude, pretty awesome. Very, very popular knives. Very cool sheath, lightweight, gonna last a long time if you take care of them. Pretty awesome knife, man. And you could there's a million videos on these on YouTube, from forcing the patina on them to, you know, decking them out with paracord and all kinds of cool stuff. You can go down a rabbit hole with these. They're very, very popular. But for 12 bucks, you can't really beat that. Definitely check them out. They come in a bunch of colors. Very, very cool. And yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with that thing. Just make sure you keep it clean, keep the rust off it. Very good quality knives, especially for that price. 12 bucks, you kidding me? Awesome. Sticking with Mora, we got the companion here for like 15 bucks. It's a little bit bigger of a blade here. It's in there good. Very, very good lockup on that sheath. And this one is a little bit bigger. I will open the other one up just to show you the difference. This is the 511 basic, and this is the companion. So a little bit bigger of a blade there. Not by that much, but a little bit bigger on the companion. So if you want a little bit bigger of a blade, you go with that one. Really good knives for the price, made in Sweden. Pretty sick, dude. All right, so last but certainly not least here, this is the biggest blade on the list. I've mentioned this in other videos before. It's not popular at all. I think it's got like 86 reviews. It's kind of hidden, but they're still available on Amazon for $26.99. The Bushmaster Kukri machete knife with sheath. Very, very cool knife that I picked up. Just took a shot on it, and that's it right there. Big boy knife. All right, comes in this sheath. Not a crazy sheath. It's nothing like really, really special. It doesn't have like a loop for your belt, which isn't great, but for that price, it's pretty cheap, and it's worked really, really well. I've used it to gather firewood, certain situations like that. Very, very cool to have, especially for the price. There are definitely more expensive options out there, like the Kershaw or the SOG or whatever you want to go with, and I will link those in the video description as well. But dude, for under 30 bucks, this thing definitely gets it done. Pretty cool. Kukri, very, very big blade. It's got the saw in the back, and some people don't like that. I haven't used the saw much at all. I usually just use it for really breaking apart wood, you know, smacking limbs off trees, gathering firewood, doing what I gotta do, splitting wood. So I never really use the saw that much, but it is very, very sharp. It could be a problem, I guess, if you're like trying to bushwhack with it and it could get caught up on things as you're moving. That might not be a problem for you, but for under $30, man, this thing's pretty sick. Bushmaster Survival, not bad at all. I've definitely got some use out of this thing. You'll see it in some of our videos. This thing's heavy. The way these Kukris are designed, all the weight is on the front here. So when you're trying to blast through something, all that weight is on the end of the blade, and it really helps you hammer through something. So very cool. Under $30, Kukri machete from Bushmaster Survival. Pretty cool, dude. Pretty cool. I did want to share one more thing with you, and it is this Work Sharp knife sharpener, field sharpener here. This thing is sweet, man. It's probably the best affordable knife sharpener that I've ever tried. I will link it in the video description as well. I will also link some cheaper ones that I do use as well, like pocket sharpeners, like really small ones. And they come in handy as well. But this thing is really sick and will get your blades just stupid sharp, slicing through paper like it's nothing. You start on this side, then you move to this side, then you move to this. There's just a bunch of different stations on this thing that gets your knives razor sharp. I think it runs around 35 bucks, but it's been a great pickup, man. And if you have as many knives as I do, you definitely need some good sharpeners. And for the price, this thing is really good. So there you go, man. Those are pretty much my favorite affordable, budget-minded knives that I picked up on Amazon and absolutely love. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments, but every last little thing and more, some more expensive options I'll sneak in there. Everything will be linked in the video description for you. And yeah, man, I hope you had fun watching this video. I had a lot of fun talking about these knives. They're so cool, dude. And you just can't go wrong for some of these prices, man. You can just beat the hell out of these knives, and it's just so awesome. They're just fun. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're into this sort of thing, don't forget to hit subscribe. We put a new video out every single week. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Later. If you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to check out the rest of the Where We Wild YouTube channel, where we post a brand new video every week. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new adventure. Thanks for watching. See ya.